Yeah. Welcome to the Kool, the Kareem Matthews podcast. I'm Kareem Matthews. I'm here with my dude, my Ramley point guard extraordinaire, angry Laker fan, fake ass DJ, Mr. Rodney Lusain. What's good, my dude?
I'm all good. I'm back on my fake DJ grind.
Is that Marvin Gaye? That's the protest song, right?
Right, what's going on, man?
What your shirt say? Shine a light on what?
Black excellence.
Uh, okay, yeah. That's what's up. Nah, that's what's in the air right now, man. What did he make that song for? What protest was that? You remember? I mean, we sure wasn't there.
Vietnam War.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That would be a good one. They was protesting their asses off on that one.
right,
Nah, it's crazy because I mean, clearly we in LA and we in the middle of this immigration battle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, we got a pretty good when I can't call it a pretty good history, but we go back with these protests. You know what I'm saying? Like every time one of these things happen, like George Floyd, you know what I mean? I always go back to Rodney King, you know what I'm saying? In 92, like because the energy that fuels these protests was the energy we was at in 92. You know what I'm saying? It's like the early 20-year-old, you know what I'm saying? Man, so whenever this happens, I'm like, dude, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? And like we took over that freeway.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I just remember when we was walking there, how the message was passing through the crowd. Like people be asking where y'all going. Well, you know what I'm saying? And like when you watching this, that's exactly what they doing. And now they got social media. So they organizing a lot of this shit on social media. You know what I'm saying? Show up here at this time. We're gonna be doing this tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It just these protests, you know what I'm saying, takes me back to that time. I feel like that's what it is. That's the feeling. Cause I was trying to explain the feeling that I get whenever I see this, and that's what it does. It takes me back to my early 20s where you adult enough to do whatever you want, but still not mature enough where I will say you're at a young enough age where you don't really care about the repercussions. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I won't call it dumb. I'll just say you're at the age where the repercussions are not a heavy factor. And that's a revolutionary combo right there. You know what I'm saying? When you have people with those two things going on together, you can move some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I would add two more. One is you feel invincible to a degree, like you still in that age
Right,
where you just feel like, dude, ain't can't nothing break me, can't nothing hurt me.
right.
And then shit, I forgot what my second one was.
Nah, all that energy right there. You know what I'm saying? And there was a point where we had that energy and it was right in line with Rodney King getting his ass whooped in our city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
the second one was we still had this belief that we could change shit. So we felt invincible on an individual level, and then like globally, we thought, man, like we could change this shit. Now we get to be 50, and it's like, we ain't
ain't
feeling
shit
invincible.
changed.
Right,
From that protest to this one, we still protesting the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got a completely different perspective, but I still respect and love it. You know what I'm saying? Because it has changed shit in points of our history. You know what I'm saying? Like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? They ended up getting that war stopped. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't not have it. Like as you get older, you get a clearer perspective of all of it. But for them young 20-year-olds, They need this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You need one of these in your life. You know what I mean? And we got a good one. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it's a trip because I mean the George Floyd stuff 2020, like that was nationwide. Like LA, we kicked in and did our part and our shit was probably just as big as wherever else they was protesting and doing that whole summer of unrest shit. But this immigration stuff, it ain't going
It's
down
our
like this nowhere else in the country.
right. I about to say it's because it's our heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Immigrants are such a big part of what makes LA go on all levels. You know what I'm saying? The rich people, they just as affected by this as the people, you know what I'm saying, that's not rich. Because the rich people use these immigrants as much as everybody else. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So they feeling it because these people not coming to their houses. You know what I'm saying? These people are, yeah, nah. That's what resonates it with the city is because even if they're not coming after you directly, someone you are connected to very closely is being affected by this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's like that in any other city. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not where the people that are being attacked play such a intricate fiber. You know what I mean? And that's the crazy part is, yeah, I mean, us too, not abstaining us from responsibility, but they had the mad Latinos for Trump. That helped him out immensely. You know what I'm saying? That's part of what went away from what made Biden win that didn't make Kamala win. Biden had the Latino backing over Trump. You know what I'm saying? This time, yo, they had the Latinos for Trump, and they can't be happy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just you just can't be happy. Like you can't think y'all made the right decision because it's funny because I keep saying this. I want to ask Trump supporters, but I don't really know no Trump supporters. Is this what y'all voted for? Like, this is really what y'all wanted to see? I mean, honestly, I'm asking an honest question. You know what I'm saying? Because if it is, it's worse than I thought. You know what I'm saying? If this is what y'all voted for, then yeah, y'all was really hiding in plain sight. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't think anybody would vote for this. I understand cracking down on immigration. You know what I'm saying? I understand cutting off people coming in. Like all that stuff is in a reasonable amount. What they doing, yo, is instilling fear. That's a whole different, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different mission than cracking down on illegal immigration, yo. It's too, you know what I'm saying? All these raids, they caught less than 50 people.
Mm, right.
You know what I'm saying? Is that worth all of this? 50 people and they don't even know, you know what I'm saying? It's not like like it's El Chapo, you know what I'm saying? Like it's 10 of the top most wanted that they caught in the 50. These is random Home Depot and fashion district workers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That y'all caught in the 50 people that has our city on tilt.
Right. And I feel like this is what I don't know that this is exactly what they wanted, but it's acceptable to them, I think. I think
Really?
Trump supporters would feel like if we got a skew on due too little on immigration or due too much on immigration, I think most of them are like do too much.
Mm-mm.
Like if we gonna skew one way or the other, then let's skew on the we gonna do too
Heavy,
much. Right,
heavy handed.
right. And so,
Okay. Okay.
but I don't think that a lot of people envisioned LA and California, like we liberal as hell. Like California, liberal as hell. LA is even more liberal than most of California. And so, and then, like you said, we have this strong immigration tie. Like we got,
We're a sanctuary city.
right, and a sanctuary state,
Right.
as much as we could be.
Right. Nah, he said, and a sanctuary state.
And so, I mean, for everything, like, dude, come get your abortion here.
Come
Come,
get your sex change here.
come get your transgender rights. Come get walk these streets freely without, like, we are documented. Like, this is not going to be MAGA country.
Right. Nah.
And
And
so,
it's
go ahead.
and it's crazy because that's putting the LAPD in a dilemma. You know what I'm saying? Because they coming out animately that we do not do immigration enforcement. That will not be us. You know what I'm saying? But they gotta protect our streets. They
Right.
can't let y'all just take over the one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? They still got a lot of traffic to flow, but they like, yo, that immigration shit, that's not us. You know what I'm saying? And they said like they signed some kind of legislation in 1979.
I think it's called Special Order 40.
Right, right. That the LAPD does not fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the conflict that's going on in these streets right now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because it's ICE that's firing these people up, but they taking their anger out on the LAPD because ICE ain't on the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? ICE makes these raids and duck back into wherever they hiding at. You know what I'm saying? And then it's the LAPD that got to enforce the people's anger. So that's what's making it a cold mix out there right now. You know what I'm saying? And then the National Guard coming in and these federal forces,
And the Marines.
right, who are federalized though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They saying they shooting at the crowd.
Mm.
Feels like the LAPD was shooting shit up in the air. You know what I'm saying?
And they
Not
would
even
shoot
really.
like balloons. Like they
Mm,
picked up Channel 4, picked up like this is what they're shooting. It was literal balloons.
the LAPD.
And Channel 4 was like, we've never seen this committed a presence to non-lethal force. Like they
Right,
are going out of their way.
right.
They
Nah,
finding everything that's non-lethal.
they shooting cotton candy at the people.
Right. But the
Nah,
Marines, that's
they
what they're
shooting at the people.
yeah,
They
that's
shooting. You know what I'm saying? It's non-lethal, but they shooting it at people. The lady on the news was like, people are getting hit by what they shooting. The
mm,
LAPD was trying their hardest to avoid hitting the people, and they was just basically doing it to y'all move back, please. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So that's what's you know what I'm saying, and that's man, our elected officials been saying that's why y'all don't need to send people here. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna come in doing that, and we got professional rioters out here. You know what I'm saying we got people in LA that riot for a living. You know what I mean? So 2,000 ain't enough.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't make it a battle of numbers, yo, because y'all not gonna win that against us. Or if y'all do, it's gonna have to be a complete takeover. And the city's not gonna go for that.
Which is what Trump wants. Like
Because push it to that.
he's trying to bait us into being whatever that law is called that's from the 1800s, 1700s.
Insurrection.
Insurrection is right. Like he's trying his best.
Nah, and he pushing all the right buttons though. This how you get us riled up. You know what I'm saying? He know what he doing.
Right.
But my thing is, the city is so big first of all, it can be hot spots and you cannot even be in it. You know what I'm saying? In other cities, it's going on like it's going on downtown. That's the whole city. You know what I'm saying? That's one aspect. But then the other aspect is we can get like 3 hotspots going where you're going to need 2,000 at each one. You know what I'm saying? Because the LAPD got maxed out over the weekend on the shit on the 101. They were maxed. You know what I'm saying? They said unless it's a murder, we can't answer your call. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was this weekend. My nigga, like, can you imagine that in LA?
Right.
So that was their whole staff, and that was just on the 101. Like today, they was in Santa Ana.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was today's hotspot. You know how far that is from the 101? And then what if somebody say we gonna get one going in Venice Beach?
Right. Which is
Each
a
one of
likely
these,
place.
huh?
I said, which is a likely
Nah,
place to jump.
that's what I'm saying. Like each one of these areas are gonna require 2,000 if y'all push it to that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm like, I really hope it don't get there. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Cause it's the same formula too that we had back in the day. Like they have peaceful protests during the day. They said we're gonna be here again tomorrow. They was in Grant Park today, you know what I'm saying, during the day. And then everyone gets together for the peaceful protest. And then afterward, all them people not going home.
Right.
And that's where the nighttime activities began. You know what I'm saying? So as long as they having these peaceful protests during the day, I feel like it's gonna be shit in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So what's this day 4?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy on so many levels because you know what, we June 8th, and I teach African American studies. So
Mm,
when April 29th come, every year when April 29th
mm,
come, we start a unit on we call it a backlash unit,
mm,
but it's essentially a unit on we started with the LA riots.
mm.
Like, and the point we end up making, and it's a trip, because I feel like there was no backlash on the black community from the LA riots. Like LA kind of understood, like, you know what, y'all deserve this one. Like, y'all get this one. Like, we ain't
It
trying
killed
to.
community though.
It did. It did. But it also, I mean,
It took a minute for a lot of that shit to come back, if
and some of
ever.
it ain't never came back.
Right.
Exactly.
If ever, right. Because like the Palisade fire shit, the government is forcing them to rebuild
Right.
and quick. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like some of the shit that happened in the riots never came back. But nah, my bad. Finish your point,
Yeah, yeah,
please.
yeah. No, and so, but I feel like the people who got, and it was even in San Diego. I remember the shit we was going to around the riots. I was low key mad when people was trying to make it about, homosexuality, or they was trying to make
Mm,
it about
mm,
Hispanic issues, and
right,
I
right.
wasn't outwardly saying none of this, but in my mind, I'm like, dude, this is about Rodney King. This is about police brutality. Like, if you ain't talking about that, then you
This is
need to
not
kick rocks.
right. Nah.
And when you look at the looting that was taking place here in LA, like, it was pretty much, I mean, a it was more than 50% Hispanic. Like, the looters wasn't all black. And you
Mm-hmm.
talk to like some of these Koreans, because I guess Trump said something yesterday, or actually it was his son that was like, you know what, we need to go Korean store top shooter mode or
Oh,
something that he said.
oh, wow, he did
And he was talking about how the
back
Korean,
then.
right. And I got several interviews that I show my students where the Koreans come on and they're like 9 out of the 10 people we was exchanging fire with was Hispanics. The Koreans were like, we were thinking it was gonna be black people, but it wasn't black people. And so I feel like from that, like the first shit that really hit after the riots was Prop 187. Like Prop 187 came in 1994. And so I've always felt like, and this is what I teach, and I got, I got enough articles and videos to back me up where I just ain't firing a shot in the dark. But I'm like, the Hispanic community got more backlash from the LA riots than black people did. Like they came after, like we got the backlash after the OJ shit. Like after the OJ shit, that's where they was like, oh, you motherfuckers out in the street happy because he got acquitted. Well, here's this Prop 209, nigga, affirmative action's done. Like, and that came like pretty much right on the heels of the OJ shit. But for the riots, I felt like the Hispanic community that got it. And so, some people with this shit that's going on now, like I saw one post that was essentially saying to black people, like, look, I know we trying to be allies right now and we trying to support. And I'm just saying what the post was. This ain't necessarily how I feel.
Right. Oh, no.
But they was just like, black people, we need to chill. Like, for one, I mean, our votes ain't the one that put him in. Like our votes didn't count to this. Like you've already said, some of these Latino groups voting for Trump and whatnot. And I know in the days after the election, you was one of the first ones to post this picture of a Hispanic dude.
Oh yeah, that's right. Getting taken off. And people's like, oh, that's fake.
He had a bag of some
hat on.
Right. Shit on, right.
Right. Like, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, and people's like, oh, no, that's fake. Well, if it was fake, this is not fake. Nah, that's crazy. You was killing it right now. I just shut up because you had the facts and all that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, like, nah. I mean, all of that and then up to what you said about that post, like, man, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot. You know what I mean? Right. That's a lot. Right. That's a lot.
I mean, and it's just kind of a tip. So, I mean, they were saying, for one, black people, they was like, we need to chill. Like, because the hashtag that he put was "we on deck," which was his way of saying they coming for us.
Right.
They focusing on immigration right now, but please believe
they got something next for us.
There's some shit in the works. Right.
I mean, and this too, though, honestly, the immigration too, because I feel like that's why when they went to the fashion district, because it's a bunch of Mexicans in the fashion district, but it's a bunch of Africans too. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch, a lot of dudes down there from Senegal. You know what I'm saying? Because Aleem used to go down there to cut.
Okay.
Because there's so many of them that he would go down there. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I know they're not all legal. Because that's like that. He just put that travel ban in.
Right.
And it's a lot of African.
Right.
Huh?
I said, which is mostly African countries. Right.
Yeah, I was about to say, and there's a lot of African countries in that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know this as a fact that all these Senegalese down there in the fashion district are illegal, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just doing the math, I'm figuring it's some of them too. So that's my thing is, yeah, they gonna catch a lot of Latinos down there in the fashion district, but don't sleep. It's some Africans down there too. You know what I'm saying? They be down there slanging just like, that's the hustle area.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's right by Skid Row. Come on, man. Like, that's low hanging fruit. Ice, I thought y'all supposed to be going after some real killers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's because they tried to be like the dude in Colorado that tried to that sprayed all them people with fire. on some Egyptian.
Mm.
He you know what I'm saying? He was yelling "Free Palestine" or whatever.
Right.
Like he Trump was pushing that. Like that's why we got to enforce this. You know what I'm saying? Like go after some real people doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? You going after people at work.
Right.
Like we don't need to catch workers, yo. Like
People at
if
their
you
kids' graduations.
right, right. Y'all going after parents. Like if you catch one of the top 10 most wanted, you know what I'm saying? That's illegal. Then okay, this is for something then. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, come on, man. But I mean, again, though, like you knew Trump wasn't gonna stick to his word, yo. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? For all those Latinos that was like, nah, we want Trump. Like, it's crazy because again, I haven't had any Trump supporters that I can ask these questions. So hearing you give that what you think is their perspective really had me like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? So they actually with it, huh?
I think, like I said, I think the surprising thing is that he came to Cali with it. Because
You
it's,
think that's surprising?
yeah,
He been going after us for a minute.
verbally. I mean,
Right.
he came out here during the fires and, he's talked some shit about, yeah, I shouldn't give y'all the money to help repair these fires or whatever. Like, he's talked game at us before, but he ain't never came at us because it's a trip. When I was in Ohio last month for this basketball tournament, I ended up going to this restaurant, Papados.
Oh yeah,
You
your
know,
spot.
I was solo. Like I
Hey,
drove.
Papados, if y'all want to sponsor us, we gonna tag y'all in this for real. Cause
Hell yeah.
this dude right here needs a sponsorship, yo, and y'all could be the first sponsors on the show. I'm
Man,
at y'all for real.
I
But
drove.
nah,
I drove from Columbus to Cincinnati on a Saturday night by myself.
to
90
hit
minute
one.
drive.
How many?
90.
Uh,
That would be like driving from LA to San Diego just to go to a restaurant,
right.
eat your food, turn around, and come back home.
Woo!
That's what
You
I
did
did
that?
by myself.
You hear that, Papados? Do y'all hear that? This man wasn't even in a state that he lives in. That would be a bold move in Cali, okay? This man, oh man, y'all sponsoring us. Y'all are first sponsor. But
I
nah, finish the
I
story to
never
make the
been
commercial.
I never been to a restaurant by myself in my life. Like never have
Mm,
I been to a sit down restaurant by myself in my life. And I
wow.
didn't have one hesitation on rolling up in Papa Do's by myself.
Mm,
So anyway, the waitress, she called herself being extra friendly. I mean, sick shit. She sat down at my table type shit. And so she's
wow.
from Ohio, got family in Cali. So she starts talking to me about, I mean, we talking about everything, but she starts talking to me about Gavin Newsom. And she's like, I don't like y'all governor. And, I'm trying to hear her out. I ain't giving her no reaction really. I'm just like, all right, shit, let me hear what you got to say. White girl in Ohio. So, she started talking and she ain't got nothing real legit. And I try to be like, well, you know what? I was like, I don't like how he seems to be running for president while he's our governor. Like, I feel like he needs to just kind of chill on the national stage and just focus on Cali. But now, I mean, this shit he's doing now in response to Trump, I'm with him
Nah,
100%. Like, this shit
nah.
he put out about the taxes. And this is why
Mm.
I feel like,
Withholding our taxes?
yeah, he's like, really? Y'all want to? And because, I think it said I don't know if it was 80 billion. Like, we
Right.
sent,
We give in way more than we get back.
right.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to pull ours and we pull ours, our pool gonna be bigger than y'all pool. Because y'all don't give us shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? We give y'all 80 billion, y'all give us like 1 billion. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. And then he sued Trump today.
Right.
Again, not
It ain't even we give them 80 billion. We just give them 80 billion more than they give us.
mm, mm,
It's probably
okay.
in hundreds of billions in terms of
Uh,
the tax revenue they get off of the state of California.
you killing it today. He said, no, no. It's 80 billion more than they give us.
Right.
We might give them 800 billion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody
Okay.
else picked up on that and was like, let's look at what like a lot of these red states
Are
that's,
given.
MAGA country, and like they all get more than they give.
Mm,
It's like several of them states get more from the government than they give to the government.
mm.
And yet, and so all that to say, for Gavin Newsom to go down that role of, I mean, he really, when you play it out to his nth degree, he like, fuck it, California will
It's
succeed.
our own
Like,
state. Right.
we'll just
Right.
be the
Nah.
country of California.
Nah. And he been hinting at that for a minute now because of the terrorists.
Mm,
He started on that with the terrorists. He was reaching out to Japan and China, like, look, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have a different relationship with us. You know what I'm saying? We're not playing that tariff game. Y'all know half, again, back to the fashion district. You know what I'm saying? 90% of the shit down there is made by y'all. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So we need that to keep going. Y'all know y'all can come to our ports. You know what I'm saying? He had started hinting at that from that.
uh-huh,
So you want to pull that together with this immigration and the taxes that ooh.
right. And
But
so,
that, you see, that's funny, not funny, but back to what you was telling homegirl, him focusing on us like that will put him on the national stage.
right,
You know what I'm saying? That's an internal way of blowing it up. Instead of trying to go do national shit,
hmm,
nigga, you handle Cali against Trump.
right,
That's showing the whole nation. You
right,
know what I'm saying? This is how I can fight for y'all.
right. Yeah, yeah, and I mean, we gonna see how it plays out. Like Trump ain't back down yet.
Right. He ain't afraid of no lawsuit.
Right.
A
And
lawsuit will not scare Trump, but it shows fight on Gavin Newsom's perspective.
no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? We know it ain't gonna shake Trump, but it's like, nigga, you ain't gonna just bully us. We gonna do something. It may not work. You know what I'm saying?
And
But I'm gonna just not.
I feel like that's what he should have known before he started doing what he did in terms of blowing up this situation. Like Cali ain't the spot. Like go do that shit somewhere in Texas. Like go do it on some friendly territory before you try to like get the
Pull it
other
here.
49 states on lock and then be like California. Y'all the only motherfuckers that ain't getting with
This
this vision.
policy. Right.
Right. But you gonna
Nah,
try to come here early?
don't start with us.
Right.
This ain't the place you come to try shit out. In anything, any field of life, you come to Cali when you good. LA especially. This is shark filled waters here, yo. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You'll be homeless quick. Nah, he gonna learn. And that's what I was saying. Like, yo, we can form 3 or 4 hotspots that'll take your little 2,000. You know what I'm saying? You'll be trying to send another 2,000 and like, you know what I'm saying? And these ain't those regular streets. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they've trained for this. Like you saw how they had the LAPD on the 101, man. They had them backpedaling. The police with training and all their gear and everything. They had their shit. They
Right.
just couldn't use it. They had them stuck under the freeway,
Uh,
trying to burn them cars up.
Oh, them self-driving cars.
No, oh no, they burnt those up.
Right.
3 police vehicles.
Okay. Right.
They
Yeah.
had 3 police vehicles that was not under the underpass. Like the police had to stay under the underpass. Because they was throwing birds down at them. Scooters, bird scooters. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So if they had put their head out to try to get to those vehicles, they would have got it. So
Mm-hmm.
all that time, people just trying to kill those vehicles. You know what I'm saying? Dropping things, lit objects down, trying to get it to burn. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I mean, that's the unfortunate part of when we turn up in this city is we will get to a part where we start destroying shit, but that's why you don't start with us.
Right. Right.
Make your point somewhere else, yo. Because we gonna try to make a point back, and that's the thing. I'm not saying who gonna win. Don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe eventually they will win, but you're gonna be in for a fight.
But what's a win?
Yep.
What ICE being able to do what
Touche,
they
Captain.
doing?
Because a win would have to probably be some sort of martial law.
Right. And I feel like our response is, okay, well, shit, fuck your law, fuck your country. Like
We our own state.
we just gonna try this on our own.
Yeah, see, it's a slippery slope. Then he said, "What's a win?" Because that's my. I think that's how that would what. That's how they could win. Like that's their big joker. You know what I'm saying?
Martial law.
Yes, we shutting our streets down. It's
Right.
federalized streets now. That's the only way they're gonna win it. How it's going.
And I feel
You know what
like
I'm
we
saying?
got
They're
a
not
little
gonna
bit.
stop. They're not gonna stop us with 2,000 National Guards.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna have people not show up tomorrow or Wednesday in all these different places. Like it's whack-a-mole. You know what I'm saying? So he said, "What's a win?"
And it's a trip because, I mean, once again, to the nth degree, and I was talking to somebody about this earlier today. I was like, this shit, I feel like this the closest to Civil War we've come
Mm,
since the Civil War. Like,
mm.
I mean, if it go to martial law route and Gavin do what a lot of people gonna want him to do, is like, all right, dude, like,
We not part of this nation no more.
because
Woo!
Confederates and those who sympathize with them will make the claim that the Civil War was about states' rights.
Mm,
But
interesting.
everybody is like, the state right you was fighting over was your
Was
right,
slavery.
right, was your right to say these people are property.
Mm,
And now, if it goes
mm.
down, they gonna spin it like, all right, well, here we are back on a civil right or civil war over California being like our state's rights are being y'all overthrowing our state's rights. And they gonna make the claim this other side that don't like the fact that California's like, nah, man, fuck that. Like we told him no. Like we don't want National Guard. Like you can't just come do anything in our state that you want to do. Like if
That we say you don't do in this state.
right,
It's clear what we believe in this state. You
right,
know what I'm saying?
right. And LAPD, like you said, for years has constantly been like, no, we don't want no immigration responsibility. So as much as y'all claim y'all support law enforcement, y'all
Mm,
clearly are like, fuck what LAPD is talking about right now, because LAPD and every other damn near law agency in this state has said we got this. Like,
right, right,
yeah, we maxed out right now, and like you were saying with the one-on-one or whatever, but we got this. Like
right.
this
Nah,
shit is not uncontrollable, like you said. I mean, nigga, just don't go downtown. Like I
right,
haven't,
right,
life hasn't been affected one bit.
right. And see, and the other thing is they have experience in this
Mm,
with these people.
right.
You know what I'm saying? The people y'all sending in don't have experience in this with these people. And they incinerating this shit. They adding accelerant.
Yeah.
Like the LAPD is trying to defuse it. Cause
Right.
see, that's the thing. This they city.
Right.
They gonna have to police these same people once this shit is over.
Hmm.
These federal motherfuckers gonna do whatever they want to these people and then bounce
Right.
and leave it up to the LAPD to clean up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because whenever it's over, the LAPD is still gonna be our law enforcement.
Right. And them
They're
niggas
not leaving these federal motherfuckers here.
and these niggas in their 20s don't know the difference. They don't know the
Right.
difference between ICE and
ICE,
federal and
ICE and the CHP.
y'all just all the popo like that.
Right. Nah. You got a
Y'all
uniform on.
right. And a badge and a weapon.
Right. It's
Y'all
y'all. Nah. See, and again, though, that's why they didn't want them here.
right.
Because they know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, and so they gonna say back in the day it was states' rights, slavery. Today, shoe on the other foot now. Now y'all claiming states' rights, and the group that y'all protecting is immigrants. Like the immigrants of today is the slaves. Is how they gonna try to spin the shit.
Right. Nah.
Like, you know, it's it's interesting times we living in, man. Like
Nah. It
it's
is.
scary. It's scary as hell, but it's interesting. And I ain't been down to the protest yet. You know, I tell my students all the time, like, y'all, it's y'all turn. Like,
Nah.
94 was our time. Watts riots was my parents' time. You know, when the Rodney or when the George Floyd shit went down in 2020, y'all was still a little bit too young
Mm.
to be in the streets like that. Like, y'all was in middle school, which, you know, shit is old enough.
Right. But this is y'all right time. This is when it's gonna make life memories for y'all. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Every time something happens from now on, y'all gonna bring this back up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I
Exactly.
remember when we did it in 2025, you know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
this is a good one. Like, they fighting for some real shit and they fighting. Like, I mean, again, we in day 4. How long was the LA riots? A week?
Thereabout. Oh, for sure. And I mean, as long, I mean, shit, the National Guard was on the streets for like a month.
Okay, because now they spoke on that because they going like 30-day
Mm,
deployments. Because they was asking how long would they be here. And they was like, well, they going like 30-day deployments. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So they're not gonna just send them out for 2-3 days. When they make that decision, they coming for you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Nah, that's crazy. Nah. Yeah, he said, I'm telling my kids this is your time. You know what I'm saying? This our third or fourth one. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. It's like now you get to look at it from perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like what they looking at is just the raw emotion of it, which
Mm-hmm.
is cool too. It's that's part of it. Like, yeah, nah. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's crazy because we was talking about doing small segments. And here we go again. We all saying we was on that for almost an hour.
Damn.
Right.
Because, I mean, obviously, Indiana and Oklahoma City would be the places where Trump could go.
Nah, what a segue.
Trump could go do that shit
What
outside
a
the
segue.
finals, Trump, because ain't nobody.
That's hilarious. I heard somebody was like, Halliburton's dad is on his P's and Q's around all them rednecks. He wasn't acting the fool
Uh,
out there in Oklahoma.
right.
Because he go to one of them restaurants like you tried to go to after a game by itself. And and
Right.
that might not turn out good. But nah, it was crazy because you switched to that. They were saying how game one was like the lowest rated finals game since the Nielsen ratings. You know what I'm saying? Back to like the right, back to like the 80s. And the crazy thing is, it was a great game. You know what I'm saying? Like it was one of them moments in that game that you're gonna see about the finals moving forward. That Halliburton shot,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna show that in the finals reel. You know what I'm saying? For decades, and no one was watching that game.
Me included.
Wow, is that right?
That shit started on Thursday. Where was our Thursday night? I can't remember.
But you didn't watch it?
Nah.
Mm. I
Where?
listened to the beginning because I was in the car, and then I came home and watched the end. Because I mean, I don't know, it's crazy because it's still like it's the finals. Like this, the last hoop you gonna get if you like it or not. And I never like it when the Lakers ain't there, but it's still like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, it's 4 or 5 NBA games left, regardless of who wins. I mean,
Right. And me not watching it didn't have nothing to do with the fact that I ain't into the series. Cause I mean, on a hoop level, this is two dope ass squads with hella pieces that, you know, is good for basketball. You
nah.
know,
It's
shit.
crazy because it's the Paul George series. It's the series Paul George built. You know what I'm saying? Paul George built both these teams. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Because
that,
Indiana traded them for the pick that became Sabonis, and they
right.
traded Sabonis for Halliburton,
Mm,
and then OKC traded him for Shea and the pick that became J Dub,
right.
and like the next 8 first round picks they got. You know what I'm saying? So both teams built themselves on the back of PG, and then he went to the Clippers and didn't do shit.
Right. Who still ain't been to the finals.
Right. And now he with Philly and about to tear that. Well, they was already tore up, but he handicapping them now. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, you got the MVP going against a very worthy opponent, and they play the same position. Like
Mm,
they don't match up enough, but they
right.
both 6'5" point guards. One's the MVP, the other is the most clutch player in the playoffs.
Right. In a minute.
Right.
Not just these playoffs, in the playoffs in a minute. Like I was trying to think back, like the last killer I remember like that was Bean.
Mm,
Who was the last dude that would have multiple game winners? You know what I'm saying? Reggie Miller was before Bean, but his was never at this level. I mean, I guess they did make it to the finals. You know what I'm saying? But this man is, you know what I mean? He not just killers this year,
right.
like league wide killer for a minute. Ain't been no dude like this. I mean, low key, not even Bron.
Right.
Because Bron don't want that game winning smoke a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? He looking for the best play.
Right.
Halliburton,
Siaka.
like, I'm gonna grab the board and run to the three. I know that's not the best play. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to get this off. Nah. You're right. It has all the formula for what you would think people will want to watch. But I think what it is, and I heard somebody on the radio say it, is none of these teams are, or none of these dudes are superstars yet.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? They stars, but they're not superstars. Like we've been used to Steph, LeBron, like the Giannis, like the finals recently, Joker even. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was getting, best in the world rankings when he was doing it. But these dudes, like Shea is on that cusp. If Shea would win one, he probably would, move into that stratosphere. But none of them are in it yet. So I feel like that's why it's not drawing like the casual fan. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be a hoop head, to know about J Dub and Chet. You know what I'm
right.
saying? and
Right.
Siakam.
Even though they got them annoying ass commercials.
That's probably what you know them from. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know that these dudes are basketball players.
Right, right. You
You just
don't know
know they
their
got them annoying ass commercials. Nah, because they
name.
are annoying as hell.
Right. But, I I want Indiana to win. I don't know why I'm against Oklahoma City. Part of me at my core, I still look at them as the Supersonics. Like at my core, if your team left a city, because I feel that pain so much, like that's my greatest sports pain is them 20 years where
Uh,
we had to just, and I love the Rams all 20 years they was in the Lou, but it was just bittersweet as hell. Like, man, these dudes really left us. Um, so yeah, I mean, anytime your team is from another city, it's some energy
you can't root for that.
that I can't fuck with y'all on a full level. Like y'all are the Sonics.
I love it. I love it. Because I heard somebody saying they don't want OKC to win because of the curse of the Sonics. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really put that together, but I love that angle because, I feel that same pain too. He was like, those 20 years is my most painful time in sports. Oh, I love that because, man, I never really put it in that perspective. You know what I'm saying? I never really put it in that perspective. But that's right on. You killing it this week, yo. Like you having me just shut up, like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Preach, nigga, preach. But nah, man, that's crazy. Them 20 years. We did so much shit too. You know what I'm saying? We would go to them rallies and shit. We went to that Dodger game and sat in left field. Like, Sonic fans, I don't know what they doing, but because they're about to get a team back. The next expansion is going to Seattle and Vegas.
Is it gonna be expansion though? Because 30 is such a perfect number for the NBA.
But that's why I got to be 32.
Uh,
It can't be 31.
right.
You can still split up 32. You know what I'm saying? And they was already talking about the teams that's going to move. Like, I think Memphis going to the East. Like, it's a couple teams that should be, you know what I'm saying? They already got the pieces ready to move, and they going to give Seattle the Sonics back.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Vegas, y'all can be a new team, but Seattle is going to be the Sonics. You know
right.
what I'm saying? So, it's probably been, no, it's been more than 20 for them, huh?
It's been about 20. Cause I know KD came in and
Oh, right. He was the last Sonic, him and Jeff Green.
right. KD was class
Mm.
of '07.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay, so it ain't been 20 yet.
'06, yeah, KD was it's been coming up on 20.
Right, right. Nah, so
It felt
they
long.
had, huh?
It felt longer.
I know, I know. But that's what I'm saying. That's that about that same time that we had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a generation of them just like us. That when the Sonics come back, they're gonna be like, man. But I feel like, well, I don't know. I was about to say, but I feel like ours was even really more like unexpected. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody was pushing for us to get a team back. They've been pushing for Seattle to get the Sonics back for like 5, 10 years now. You know what I'm saying? Dudes are like, okay, yeah, they need a team back. You know what I'm saying?
When Balmer
Even
bought
when
the Clippers,
huh?
when
Oh,
Balmer
right,
bought the Clippers, because he from
right.
Seattle, everybody was like, he gonna take them
Move
back.
them back.
And
Right,
LA was like, good, like
right. That's a
do
good
that.
move for y'all. That's a good move for y'all. But nah, like nobody was pushing for us to come back. The Rams, even when it was that vote of who it's gonna be, we wasn't for sure to win that. You know what I'm saying?
We
So,
didn't win it the first vote. The first
mm,
vote went against us till Jerry Jones was like, all right,
hold
listen,
on.
boys, right,
Right. No, but I'm saying when it was us, the Raiders and the Chargers.
right.
and it was two of them coming.
Right.
That's when it was still not for sure. Like the Charger dude, no, it was the Raider dude that thought they was winning. Like someone had convinced him that they had the votes. You know what I'm saying? Like he thought it was for sure they were gonna win. To even when it got announced that they wasn't coming, and he was like, "What?" You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, because the first vote went for the Chargers and the Raiders. I think the
Mm,
first vote they did like publicly. They was
mm,
like, raise your hand if you think the Charger Raider Stadium should be built. Okay, raise your hand if you think the Ram Stadium should be built. And then
mm,
Jerry Jones was like, let's caucus. And when we done caucusing, we doing a private vote. Like, fuck all
mm,
this. Raise your hand. Like everybody gets a private vote.
mm. He
That's
like,
when
I can't buy votes like that. We raising our hand and shit. How can I buy people out like that? We gonna have a silent vote where I can pay everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm
right,
glad he did. Shit.
right. Nah, you right. It definitely was no momentum. Like I felt like the powers that be was trying to fight against the Rams
Right,
coming back here.
right. Nah. Seattle is a whole different, like everyone wants them to get a team back. Like, see, for some reason, people feel like they were robbed. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, whatever. But yeah, it's similar, but I still feel like ours is more painful, and even the comeback was more difficult. You know what I'm saying? But nah, that he said that 20 years is my most painful moments in sports. And do you know how long 20 years is?
Right, right. That was
Usually after 20 years, something is it's over.
right,
With anything. If it's been 20 years and it ain't happened, you know what I'm saying? Usually you can forget that in your life. So for us to get that back,
right.
man.
When did Georgia die? I felt like Georgia died probably in like '05, '06.
Mm,
When she died, I knew we had a chance.
right.
Like
No, that's when it opened back up as
them
hope.
20 years was about half of them 20, we had a flicker. And until she died, it was like, all right, this shit ain't gonna happen. Even though St.
Right.
Louis had that dumbass first tier, and you like, y'all gonna have to build these motherfuckers a stadium every 15 years with this shit that
Mm,
y'all agreed to.
mm,
She kept being like, all right, never mind, never mind. It's a trip because the UFL just had their shit as we
mm.
try to get your transition to the Rams. The
Uh,
UFL, the UFL just had
uh,
a conference chip. Did you see that?
nah.
Saturday or Sunday? I think it was yesterday. The DC Commanders or whatever they call Defenders played the St. Louis Battlehawks in the Lou in that damn dome.
Is that right? They still play games in there?
That's where they chip is gonna be next week. Like when they
That
have the
stadium is it's the same stadium?
same stadium,
That stadium was awful.
you will recognize it. I mean, it was our home for 20 years. Like,
Right. No, but towards the end, like the turf, like Reggie Bush sued.
right, right.
And they still playing in there?
Yeah, yes.
Wow. He said the
Um,
UFL just had they shit. And
and they had Ram fans in the state in the audience. Like
mm,
it was dudes wearing Ike Bruce jerseys and shit. I showed Lennon. I was like,
mm,
Lennon, look at this.
And Marshall.
Right, right.
Wow.
So, um,
So now the tables have turned.
right. I mean, and they team is good, and they hold their chip there because I think they feel like obviously they feel like that's where they gonna get the
Biggest,
bang for their buck.
right? That's the biggest fan base in this league. Now they trying to be supportive.
But that shit was so empty. It was
Oh,
so empty.
oh, really?
Oh my! And this was a conference
Ah,
championship. This was to get to their Super Bowl.
Right, which is gonna be in that stadium in a few weeks.
And it was only the lower bowl, and the
Mm.
lower bowl was probably 50% filled, maybe not even that.
Mm.
Um, so
I
yeah,
can't believe they still playing games in there, yo. That field was terrible.
right.
Dudes were suing over that field.
But Georgia kept forgiving them
Right.
until she died, and when she died, it was like, all right, dude,
Now there's a chance. Now you're telling me there's a chance.
because her kids was named Rosenblums, and
Mm.
Rosenblum was her husband that she had killed. So we was like, oh shit, like they remember the L.A. Rams.
Right.
They know they dad never would have moved them motherfuckers to St. Louis.
Right.
And then
Nah.
he came in and was like, hold on,
Right.
got this.
You know what kind of real estate development I could do in LA? That's what I do. I'm saying
Right,
the team is secondary. I'm talking about this real estate we can get going. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Nah. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. So we didn't get to talk about their schedule since you know what I'm saying, since it came out.
Yes, sir. I got it pulled up here.
I'm about to say you got it there. And it's crazy because since the schedule came out, we got to go to that event.
Okay, right.
You know what I'm saying? We got to go to that Ram event at YouTube Theater, and they kind of spoke on the schedule. And I mean, I'm hyped about anything Rams. So I was hyped when the schedule came out. But seeing how they felt took it to a whole nother level. Like they had me ready for a game. You know what I'm saying? They could have been like, we scrimmaging in the parking lot after this. Now they've been like, yeah, how much? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they got me really ready for the schedule by how ready they were. You know what I'm saying? First, Q Lake, Avila, I mean, everybody, Stafford, McVay, they was all like, yeah, we was so close last year. And we know that ain't got nothing to do with this year, but that got us ready to do the work. And I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. So the schedule ain't like no headbangers. Well, it's a few headbangers. It's not loaded with headbangers, but I think that's even better for what we trying to do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We don't need no 10 headbangers. We trying to go to the bowl. We trying to win 13, 14 games.
Right. And I think we had probably 5 primetime games last year.
Mm,
So we coming in, and I think KC ended up with like 8 standalone
damn.
games.
That's damn near half their games.
Right. And it used to be a time where it was like you got capped
I think that might be the cap.
8.
Right.
And what the cap used to be. The cap used to be like 3 to 4.
Four. Right. Well, we've been over that
Right.
the
That's
last couple
17 games
years.
now. So it's like, all right, you can have 5. I honestly thought 5 was the max. I'm like, all right.
Because I heard someone speak on the cap, and I feel like whatever it is where the Chiefs is at.
Mm.
But that's crazy. That's down near half their games.
But we ended up with fewer primetime games this season than we had last season. Like last season,
Right.
we had probably 2 on Sunday night. This year, we only got 1. I think we got the Bucks. We played Tampa at home on Sunday night.
Mm.
I think we got 2 Monday night games at Atlanta. Actually, that might be our only Monday night game. So my
So
point
we ain't got
is,
no home Monday nights.
nope.
Mm.
So we got 1 Sunday night, 1 Monday night, and 2 Thursdays. One Thursday
Mm.
is at Seattle, and then one Thursday is the Niners come here. And
Okay.
so that just substantiates your lack of headbangers
Right.
because if we had a bunch, we'd be
We
on
would have more.
more.
Right. We would have more primetime games. And I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? This is a year to win the Super Bowl. Like, stack the best record, have home field. You know what I'm saying? And then next year we can get some headbangers as the defending champs. I mean, they'll put us on every week next year.
And some prime times. Oh,
Right. But for this season, I'm not mad that we're gonna be playing Sunday at 1, you know what I'm saying? On channel 11.
because I want to say that Super Bowl, that year we won the bowl, we didn't have a whole lot of prime time games that season either.
Right. And the next year we did.
Shit, it looked like we started off because that we started off with a Sunday night game. That first
Two
game,
years 2 years ago?
that Super Bowl year, the Stafford's first game.
Oh, really? Who was that against? Because I remember we started one year against Buffalo. I think that was after the bowl.
It was after the bowl. That was a Thursday night.
Right.
Stafford's first game with us, our first game being able to be in SoFi to watch, was against the Bears. And this should say it was a Sunday night, which I low key remember, and we smashed. Like his first pass was a long shit to Van Jefferson.
But I mean, that's the opening night of SoFi.
Right.
That should be a standalone game.
Right. Yeah, we didn't really have no others. Tennessee came in on a Sunday night and beat
Tennessee come this year. Oh, no, they don't. No, they don't. They don't. We don't play Tennessee, right?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we do. But it's in Tennessee.
Shit.
Because remember, Money was talking shit about our schedule?
Oh, right. But was given
the same team glove, right? They play the same teams.
Yeah,
nobody wants.
Yeah, he was giving love, like, yeah. Then we get to go to Nashville,
right?
And Nashville is blah blah blah, like talking shit. I mean, talking love about Nashville, like how hyped they are to be able to go to Nashville.
And then when he was talking about us playing him, he was like, "Don't nobody want to go to Nashville."
Yeah, that's the second game of the season. Houston, first road game at Tennessee. Who did they draft? Did they draft?
They took the QB.
Cam Ward.
Right. Nah, it's funny because when the schedule came out, we did our, how many you think we gonna win, which ones are W's and L's, and I think you had 13 or 14.
I said 15.
Okay, right. Because I remember you saying it was only like a couple games that you were willing to concede. And on mine, I wasn't conceding games, but I was just saying games that we could possibly lose. And I had actually put Houston in there.
Right.
But since then, though, I've seen some shit where the QB ain't been throwing.
One of their top receivers gonna be there.
Stroud arm is sore.
Okay.
And then they was talking about how trash their O-line was. It was like their O-line was trash, so they tried to rebuild the whole thing. And they was like, because I think they brought in some of our people.
Oh, no boom, maybe?
Or some coaches.
Oh.
Because they were saying whoever is running their offense, it runs our zone scheme. Our zone running scheme. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, that's an upgrade for the line. They was like, that's going to help their line be better. They was like, but I don't think the pieces are better. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they're going to be running a better scheme, but it's still trash dudes running that scheme. Then they traded Tunsil.
They did?
Yeah, they traded Tunsil. You know what I'm saying? He with the Commanders now. The Commanders trying to load up. So hearing all that took Houston out of my possible column. And then how Lake was talking about opening week, how it ain't no way we gonna lose that game. I was like, okay, I'm taking that out the possible column. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got a trash O line, we not the team. And then opening week, you know what I'm saying? You still ain't really jailed yet. You know what I mean? So I felt like, okay, I'm gonna move that Houston game into my win
And they
group.
they they don't ball on the road. Like they are
Mm,
they drastic splits. Like they
mm,
splits home versus away are crazy. Catch them in
okay,
Houston, it's a problem. But you get them out of Houston,
right. Okay, even more. Nah, but hearing all those factors, I had put because they're a playoff team. You
right?
know what I'm saying? So
They
just out
made
of
it to the same level we made it. They won a game, got put out.
they beat the Chargers. They beat the Chargers, right?
Right,
Yeah, so just on that alone, I had put them in they could possibly be one of our L's. But after putting all them pieces together, first home game, their QB is hurt, their O line is trash. That's not the good combo for us
they
in week
not gonna
one.
have one of their top receivers, either Tank Dell or somebody. Like
Mm,
one of their top receivers is still gonna be out,
okay.
and they
Yeah,
lost
nah.
Stephon Diggs.
Right.
Wow.
Nah. Because I think the other ones is like that's possible. Like Baltimore, the Eagles, and the Lions.
Right.
Those was the three, and I had thrown Houston in there because they were a playoff team. But those are the only three I look at, like, you know what I'm saying? Possibles. If we doing spades.
Yeah, and I think I only gave up. I said at Philly, at Baltimore. I'm gonna go on and give them L's.
Mm. You not giving the Lions. And that's the thing. I'm not saying we're gonna lose all three of these games. I'm just saying those are
Possible.
possibles. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If we go 1-2 in them, that's great.
Right.
If we win all the ones we think we should win, you know what I'm saying? Then that's a 2-loss season. That's your 15
Right. Nah. Um, I think I think 12-5. And
minimum.
you said what our number was. Like our number was like 9.5.
It's something like that. I think or 10.
Yeah.
What
If we don't go at least 12-5, then something went really wrong.
right. Nah, I totally agree. And you hear what we saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here agreeing with you saying 12 wins is our minimum. We won 10 last year, right?
Right.
And
Had,
felt
had to scratch and claw.
and felt good at the end.
Right.
And felt like, dude, this 10-win team is a banger.
Like who wants some?
Right. And showed that.
Right.
Knocked out like how many Minnesota won? 12?
They won at least 13.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. We beat a team that won what we think we should be winning next year.
They lost 4 games all year, 2 to Detroit, 2 to us.
Okay. Well, there you go. Nah. So that's how high the bar for this season is
Mm.
that we think 12 games, we'll be sitting at that like, dude, what's wrong with us? You know what I'm saying? That would be probably the 1 or 2 seed.
Right.
3 maybe. You know what I'm saying? If that means the NFC was loaded,
Right. Which it was last year.
right, in one division.
Right. Because.
Because with them 13 wins, the Vikings was a wild card. With
Had
them 13 wins, the Vikings have to come see us in AZ. You know what I'm saying? So nah, it is very possible for that to be repeated. But if it is, we saying we in that top 3. Man,
yeah.
nah,
Yeah.
that sounds and feels good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready to get it going now. Like basketball is over. Baseball still got 8 more months. You know what I'm saying? Like it's football time now. You know what I mean? This is when training camp, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's and again, going to that thing at YouTube Theater, that did it.
Nah, they go to Hawaii next week.
Uh,
Um, today's the 8th. Actually, I think they go later this week.
Today's the 9th.
Damn. Okay, well, yeah, they go later this week.
Mm,
Um,
that's crazy.
and then after that, I mean, shit, next month is training camp.
And from there, it's all downhill. Because it seemed like a week or two in the training camp, they playing the game.
Right. Right. So nah, it's really about to get cracking. And
Right. Nah. And man, my juices get flowing for that. Like I get hyped about every season. Well, whoever our team is that's playing, I feel it the most at that time. But I feel like it's something about the limited amount of football games that put more of a priority on it. You know what I'm saying? Like you get one a week. Like it's so easier to be invested. Like who it's 80 games, baseballs, you know what I'm saying? It's 160 games. Like it's literally only able to lock in like that on playoff time for them. And
right,
even in playoffs for who that should last 3 months. The playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
it's even hard to lock in for the playoffs. You was even like, man, I didn't even watch game one of the finals. You know what I'm saying? But you can catch up by game three.
right,
Football is not like that. Like every game, it's like a it's a journey. You know what I'm saying? It's like a 16, well now 17-week journey where every game is a story. You know what I'm saying? And then all the stories build and it's gonna change through the year. Like there was a point last year when everyone was like, man, stop telling me that this team is good. Like people were getting mad at us for being like, yo, we gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? People was calling us disillusional and you gotta
right,
be realistic, man. Stop, you know what I'm saying? And it changed. You know what I mean? Like, man, it's just the perfect combination of length, urgency. Like football got it down. You know what I'm saying? And I hope they don't mess it up by keep adding these games.
they are
But it's perfect. Like you get enough for you to be able to come back, but it's not too many either, where everyone is still valuable. You know what I'm saying? Because they already saying like that 17th week, people was taking off. Like it wasn't like that with a 16 game season, but this last season, that 17th game, a lot of more teams had clinched, more teams have been eliminated where that almost became like a bye week. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing they got to be careful about is because usually it ain't none of that. Usually, even in week 16, you know what I'm saying? You plan for something. But I feel like because we didn't play Stafford the last week, right?
mm-mm, ridiculous.
Yeah, see.
I mean, and it's the same shit in college now. Like, motherfuckers wasn't taking bowl games off.
No.
Before.
Bowl games.
Now they like, man,
If this ain't for the chip,
right, motherfuckers
if
said
this game ain't
Super
for the
Bowl.
natty,
Right,
I'm
yeah.
not playing in the Rose Bowl.
And that's crazy.
It is. It
But
is.
that's over the
That's
last
where we at.
6 years.
That's where we at.
Right.
But I feel like football wasn't like that. I mean, NFL wasn't like that till they added that 17th game. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
But
they
that's
they
when college started to do the shit too. Like I feel like both of them evolved to this shit around the same time.
mm,
Nigga, why am I taking this extra beating? For
right,
who? For what?
right. And then we got to play next week.
Right. So
Yeah, Nah, that's the only thing I would want football to be careful about. But other than that, they got a perfect formula. Like you know what I'm saying? They get you from beginning to end and in the off season. But once the season start, it's like a novella. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't put it down.
Right.
And you know it's gonna be ebbs and flows, you know what I'm saying? In them 16 weeks, like your team at the beginning of the season is gonna look way different than your team at the end of the season, you know what I'm saying? And you just every week, it's like, man, but you take that week personal, but then you gotta move on because it's gonna change. Like, you know what I mean? It's weird. Like none of these other sports are like that. You know what I'm saying? Like baseball is too, you know, it's you don't get interested to October. Like 150 of these games don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Hoop too, you know, you pay attention to it, but it's not that full investment. You know what I'm saying? Like with football, you fully invested. I mean, again, you only get one game a week.
Right. Nah.
That's a long time.
And the build up. Like,
Right.
this the NBA will try to do some schedule release shit, and you'll
Mm,
know who you playing on Christmas or who you got the first night, but all that shit goes in one ear, out the other. Like
right. Right.
you'll
And again, 80 games, it's hard to keep up with 80 games. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Again, like you might know your Christmas Day game and when you play the Celtics, but like with football, we damn near know the whole schedule. You know
right,
what I'm saying? We went through all the games. Like, okay, yeah, this one, this one, this one. Oh, damn, this one ain't that good. Like, and I mean, just off the top,
right,
saying, not
right,
looking at nothing.
right.
So
Nah,
yeah, well
yeah,
shit.
my computer about to die.
Right. About to say we a good hour and a half in. This is probably a good
I don't want Pat to be able to talk no shit.
jump off point. Yeah, right. Shout out to Pat. You know what I'm saying? He been sending us some nuggets.
True that.
But yeah, let's guess we'll end it right here. This has been the Cool Kareem Matthews podcast. That's my boy. I'm Kareem Matthews. That's my boy Rodney Lusain. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. We'll see y'all on the next one.